this is a game I had literally months ago against TonyFlygon. He just approached me on Skype, that's what it's called, and asked for a 4th gen UU, so I grabbed, it was either 6 random guys, or was that an actual team I was using at the time? I don't remember. I think it was an old team that I used maybe once or twice and then threw out, but I just brought it back for, revenge. So he's got an Ambipom lead, which is fairly, it's a one-trick pony. It's got Fake Out and then maybe like a few different coverage moves depending on the team support. But in any case, I get Faked Out, Crunch. I just went right for Crunch instead of setting up T-Spikes because a lot of people carry poison types in UU, like I'm using one right now. I think I'm actually using 2 on this team. U-Turn, obviously, it's neutral, and I didn't see Life Orb, so I don't really know what his item is. Probably Silk Scarf. But that's weird. I did predict him to switch out that turn, so I went for a layer of T-Spikes, just one, and now I'm going to switch. I'm going to go into my Chansey, and this Chansey is freaking retarded. I hate this thing. It's got no physical defense. It's entirely specialty defensive, so it's smart if you want to like beat Moltres and stuff, but as soon as you get hit by anything physical, it just gets rolled. So I set up my rocks, and here comes a knockoff. Look how much knockoff does, about as much as Surf. I just went for an S-Toss, and I didn't clue in that this thing would be physical. I thought it would be a special attacker like mine, because mine on this team is. And I didn't expect Power Whip to come into play, and that's actually going to completely roll me over. I normally hate fighting against Venusaurs because they're just a little bit too good for me. They're I'm just bad at fighting them. That's essentially what I'm trying to say. Like, they're a little bit too bulky and they hit a little bit too hard for and I always guess what set it is wrong. So I get rolled by Power Whip, and now I'm expecting another one. I'm just going to save the Chansey, go into my own Venusaur, ×4 resist it, and maybe I can get something going. I don't know if I got Sleep Powder, so I'm going to put him to sleep. Mine's faster. I do run a bit more speed than most Venusaurs, so I guess that makes sense. I always throw like 8 or 12 EVs in speed, depending on whatever standard is, just so I can like outspeed stuff. And I think I'm going to go for Sludge Bomb. Yes, I went for Sludge Bomb because it would be neutral against it, but instead in comes a Registeel, which takes nothing from it. So I decide, I'll just Leech Seed instead. He sets up rocks, that's alright. I do have a Moltres on this team, but there's like nothing I really could have done about that now, could I? However, it is going to limit the amount of times that I can switch my Chansey in, so I'm just going to go for it now as I get T-Waved. So I'm thinking, okay, he's probably just going to either try and set up more, or he's going to, or T-Wave again. But he does just go for S-Toss. It finishes me off. I would have switched out there, but I did some calculations, and I figured out that Chansey would die to Stealth Rock if it came back in. So that's what happened. I go to Uxie, it takes rocks damage, and set up a sub. Right, this is my sub-combined Uxie, which I block a T-Wave, obviously, and I really shouldn't have brought this thing in so early, because I really can't hurt this Registeel. I figured, I just went into it because he had Leech Seed on him, and I figured I'd be able to get some damage done. But as I set my first Combined, in comes a Melodic, which I'm not sure if that thing's going to have Roar. A lot of them do carry Roar, but a lot of them don't as well. So I'm just going to go right for a T-Bolt as in comes the Registeel again, so that sucks. I know that this thing is going to be able to S-Toss my stuff away, and I really shouldn't have stayed in here. Like, I'm at full HP, essentially. Like, I could have stayed in for this one T-Bolt and then switched out, but I was just too afraid of him going for T-Wave and crippling whatever I brought in. Like, I could have gone into Moltres, but if I get T-Waved, that's my Scarfer, that's my fastest guy, and I can't really have that. So I was just too scared of that happening when I really, really, really shouldn't have been. So it's just this massive epic stall, Registeel versus did I say Uxie? Yeah, this is Uxie. Jeez, I got Uxie and Mesprit mixed up so many times. Uxie's the more defensive one. Mesprit is like balanced, and his Elf's offensive. I keep forgetting that. I don't know why. I've been playing Pokemon for how long? Jeez. So, like, I'm almost getting him down there with T-Bolts, but in the back of my mind, I'm thinking I really should switch out, but I was just too afraid of T-Wave when I shouldn't have been. I would really, really like to... right here, I tried to block a T-Wave because I expected him to go for it that turn. Like, I was just predicting it the whole time, and I should have just clued in that he's just not going to go for it. Because he's just Suicide S-Tossing. That gives him more lefties, that gives him all this extra stuff, and I really shouldn't have done that. But I'm condemning the Suxie, like I'm in here, I'm stuck, I'm just going to keep going for stuff. Maybe I'll get a Paralyze of my own, that would be nice. But not the case. He's going to be able to finish me off, and that was stupid. I had a full HP Uxie that I could have switched out because I have other guys to handle this Registeel. So that was just stupid. Anyway, it is in red HP, so it's going to die. Like it's still dead. Like as bad as that Uxie move was, it still killed this guy. So I go into my Feraligatr, and I can Swords Dance up on the switch because I expected him to switch for whatever reason. Even if he stayed in, he would have T-Waved, and I've got Lumberry, so that Swords Dance was safe. And now, I don't know if I want to go for another one, or if I just want to return. I'm pretty sure return is going to be a 2-hit KO, regardless of whether I Swords Dance again or not. And looking at that damage, that is confirmed. I'm pretty sure, even if I Swords Dance again, it wouldn't have done anything. And I really need to get this thing out of the way, because I don't know if he's got priority kicking around, so faster priority. Like, I've obviously got Aqua Jet on this set, but if he's got a faster guy with priority, he's going to go first. And in comes a Rotom. So I don't know how defensive these things are. I don't know its base stats. I just went for an Aqua Jet right off the bat. I knew T-Bolt would kill me. I thought maybe I'd get a crit or something that would be nice, but it doesn't happen. It finishes me off, and I really should have saved that guy. He would have been so helpful later. And then I make the crucial mistake of the game. I go to something slower than a Pain Splitter. So I don't know why I went to Venusaur. I really shouldn't have. I had Moltres waiting in the wings. That was a stupid mistake. I honestly didn't even think about Pain Split. I've never fought a normal form Rotom before, so I figured, okay, well, he's Life Orb, so what's it going to do? But it turns out it's exactly like Gengar. In OU, it's just sub-split with annoyingness, and that really stinks. So there it is, two or three crucial misplays, because I hadn't played UU in a very long time. This is kind of a bad team, so I made some very crucial mistakes, and they wound up putting me in a hole. So I got a Leech Seed on this guy, and I was expecting either another Pain Split or something. Regardless, I just went to Drapion, which I really shouldn't have. I could have kept this guy around. He's exciting to play. He's fun to use, but I figured I may as well try and get a bit of Leech Seed recovery. And it comes to Ambipom. Right, he has Ambipom too, so that thing's got priority. So I really should, I really should have kept Feraligatr around. So Moltres has to take 50%. It's got odd HP, so it's gonna be able to come in, switch out, come in, switch out. But it's stupid. I have to go for Fire Blast. I haven't seen anything that resists fire yet, but I also haven't seen every single guy he's got. And in comes a Blaziken, exactly what I don't want to see. If I had gone for Air Slash there, I probably would have killed the Ambipom, and then I could have kept this thing at bay. And I'm pretty sure it would. I'm pretty sure I'm modest, so an Air Slash might have killed the Registeel. But instead, I'm forced to sacrifice Venusaur and then go back into Fox the Phoenix. But I know he's got Vacuum Wave, so that's just flat out good game. So I made some very, very crucial mistakes in terms of my Feraligatr and not saving it. And I made some very crucial mistakes in terms of the Rotom. But I'm pretty sure as soon as Feraligatr went down, it was pretty much game over anyway. I really should have kept my Chansey around. Like, it would have been very helpful. I just wasn't expecting his Venusaur to be physical, so that was essentially what happened. So, I made some misplays, and the better player won in the end. So, good game, TonyFlygon, and hopefully I can redeem myself someday.